Meanwhile, the National Party could be breaching international treaties with its plan to let foreign buyers purchase New Zealand homes again. It wants to allow overseas buyers to purchase high-end homes and pay a 15% tax to fund the party's income tax cuts. But as political reporter Amelia Wade explains, their numbers are crumbling around them.
Nicola Willis, the architect of National's numbers.
Labor loves tax like a shark loves blood. And it's time for National to sort it out.
But this tax expert says it could be Willis who needs to sort out her own tax plan.
I think there is significant and probably much more risk than they're contemplating.
National wants to let overseas buyers purchase luxury New Zealand homes, but pay a tax. International tax expert Craig Ellifee said doing so could even put our free trade agreements at risk.
It's very damaging to us from a foreign international trade and international reputation perspective.
And no disrespect, I'm not taking any lectures from Grant Robertson or anyone on the other side about trying to say that there's holes in our plan, because there isn't.
The only legal advice National's released is about free trade agreements, not international double tax treaties.
Have you got two separate pieces of advice regarding tax treaties and trade agreements?
We have independent expert advice on how we can implement the 15% foreign buyer
Can you
ban,
just answer the question
given
I
our
asked you?
obligations internationally.
And Labor says if we can't tax any of the countries we have double tax agreements with, there's big trouble with National's plan.
It's fantasy land stuff.
Labor's gone and done its own costings by creating 3 scenarios to see how short National could be of the $3 billion they need from their tax plan.
They would struggle to get it through under our international tax obligations and under our free trade agreements with a variety of different countries, and clearly their numbers don't add up.
I'm just saying to you really clearly, I am rock solid and confident in our assumptions around our plan for our tax plan.
The first scenario is the most generous. It assumes foreign buyer levels are the same as 2018. But if you exclude the countries we have double tax agreements with, there could be a $1.3 billion hole. Scenario 2 is that the tax and $2 million threshold puts off half of those buyers, creating a $2.1 billion hole. And the last is the Vancouver example, which saw a 500% reduction in foreign buyers after it implemented a tax that could see a hole of $2.4 billion.
The real message to National is just show us your numbers.
Will you release your costings?
And I'm saying to you right now, many other countries around the world do this.
National now under pressure to show us your numbers so you can show us the money.
Amelia, you've just spoken with the tax expert National's relying on. What did he say?
I have. After asking for that legal advice specifically around the tax treaties, National pointed me towards their own tax expert, Robin Oliver, who used to be the Deputy Commissioner at IRD. And without taking you down into the weeds of international taxation treaties, he says that it is possible to tax the citizens of those countries that we have those double tax agreements with, so long as that they're also not residents in New Zealand and paying tax here. But what Robin also told me was that he didn't speak to National until Friday, which is 2 days after they released their tax plan, and they were already getting heat for breaking these international treaties. This is starting to look like a bit of a mess that National is scrambling to get the evidence it should have had before releasing this tax policy. It looks like the government, which has been looks like the party which is gunning to be the government, has been caught off on the back foot and blindsided by these international tax treaties.
Thank you very much. That is political reporter Amelia Wade.